I took measurements, I sent them photos, I was back and forth with them, and then they send you the final CAD drawing with the measurements so you can then remeasure and make sure it's fine. And then they ship it out, and from the time they ship it, it's like a few days you get it. You can custom design it too. I mean, you give them the measurements and they ask you, how many slots do you want? Do you want a feeding tray? Do you want a feeding door, I mean? How many electrical cords go inside the tank, like for a heater, or what goes in the overflow? I mean, they can do whatever. And they cut it to your specifications. Please read before removing protective film. There's a protective film on it. We're so happy that you chose Clearview lids to protect your finned friends. We understand that receiving your custom-made Clearview lid may feel a bit like Christmas, but before you fully unwrap your shiny new lid, we need to go over a few things. First, place your Clearview lid on your tank and confirm that it fits perfectly, properly, and that all ordered cutout options are where they should be. If everything looks good, you can then remove the protective film from your lid. Please note that protective film is applied to both sides of the lid. One side is clear and thereby easy to miss. If you discover an issue or damage from shipping, please contact us immediately. Here's our email. Yeah, working with them was great. I'll put a link to their website. Adam, thanks again for the great customer service. They're not heavy, but they're not like super light, you know? They're a little heavier than I thought. That's not a bad thing. I mean, that's a good thing because the fish, they're not jumping off this. You know, if it's a really light piece of, I'll say plastic, but it's not plastic. Adam, I'm sure, will comment in on this. You know, add a comment, Adam, and I'll pin it at the top if you see this. If you want to put any information on this, what they're made of. I know it's not plastic. This is the feeder door, so it'll slide back. And there's little screws right here that you can raise and lower, so the door will stay closed, or it can completely slide all the way open because the screws will raise and lower this. That's what he was saying in an email. The screws raise and lower the left and right sides so the door can slide out properly. Well, it's a little fish. That's pretty cool. And then I had one 2-inch by 2-inch cutout. That's pretty cool that they rounded it. And this is where the power cords are going to come out from my heater and my UV and the overflow. And then I told them, you know what, just put like a 2.5-inch by 2-inch cutout for my LED light stands that clamp onto my tank. That's all I needed, you know. It's like, do I go back to glass lids? I don't like glass lids because you have to constantly clean them because the lighting has a hard time getting through glass with salt creep on it. It's just not good. And then I did the DIY thing with the mesh and the salt creep was worse. These will fit nice. I want to have lids, but I want it to look good. So I broke down and I spent the money. You know, they're a little pricey, but you know what? Totally worth it. And I'm all for spending money on stuff that will suit the job. These are the crappy lids by bulk REEF supply. You know, you buy the frame similar to like a frame in your window. And you can see my cables here that come out. Yeah, I gotta move the lights over. Oh, it fits perfectly.
Like a glove.
With 1 millimeter to go. Oh, they're right. This is my favorite part. Very easy to get off as well. And there's like 1 millimeter of play. No problem. I like that little fish guy right there. That's pretty cool. It's a nice lid. I highly recommend them. It's everything I expected and more. So here's the garbage. And here's the new nice. And here you go. Everything fits perfect, looks perfect. I got my 2-inch by 2-inch cutout for the overflow perfectly for the cords. I'll do a little cable management later. Lights are coming on. They look great. Highly recommend. I love mesh lids more than glass also because you want to have the exchange of gases coming off the surface of the water, which is a side note, little tip. You want to have a power head pointed up at the water to break up the water to help with that gas exchange. Some people even, open the windows to their house to get more oxygen into the house. I don't know how well that works, but it does help work to oxygenate the water. You know what though, my fox face, Tang, he likes to be hand fed, so I'll just lift the lid and I'll feed him his nori. He gets mysis frozen and Julian spring sea veggies. Really makes the tank look better